Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack44227 to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and well, I guess seeing how November is winding down to a close right now, and boy, looks like we've been through a whole lot through, of course, this month, hands down for sure, and well, I guess seeing how I did have a really great Thanksgiving with, of course, my family that I had not too long ago for sure, and yeah, I guess it is quite fitting enough for the rest of this month for sure. Really had a great experience with, of course, my birthday being out of my 20s and now entering my 30s for sure. Yeah, pretty much I did cram in one more convention with Kinshoku-Con, which was a whole lot of fun and really great to return to the Niagara Falls area after so long. And, of course, in terms of movies by far, boy, it really took us by surprise, and it did give us some pretty good ones, the heck we've actually got for sure. We've actually got another Predator movie, the heck turned out pretty well. We've, of course, got another sequel to Now You See Me, the heck that actually went pretty decently as much as, well, the other two Now You See Me movies that came before. We actually got to witness the conclusion to the Wicked duology for the time being, because you may never know what will actually pop up. So I guess pretty much that would beg the question, however, in terms of movies, what could be a really great way to wrap up November for sure? Well, I guess pretty much aside from those three movies that I did talk about earlier this month for sure, which turned out pretty well. Oh yeah, I almost completely forgot to mention catching the sing-along screening of K-pop Demon Hunters on the big screen, which was a whole lot of fun for sure, so yeah. Kind of odd for me to leave that out for sure, so yeah, I guess that would beg the question in terms of movies. What could be a really great way to wrap up this month for sure? What could be a really great way to conclude November right before we'll kick ourselves in for the Christmas holiday season for sure? Well, I guess the answer is quite simple. How about we return, we return once again to, of course, the House of Mouse themselves, Disney. Yeah, I think you can pretty much get where I'm going at for sure, to which, yeah, I guess in terms of this year by far, yeah, pretty much 2025 for Disney, to say the least. Aside from, of course, pretty much their main studios that they've acquired, that's under their name for sure. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Disney did have their up and down year in general for sure. Sure, I guess we did have a few duds of theirs for sure, but they did actually pick themselves back up for sure, with, of course, some massive bangers hands down. And, well, I guess for the sake of Disney, they did start out rough pretty much earlier this year. But it looks like they're concluding this year, well, aside from, of course, Avatar Firing Ash under their 20th Century Studios label, with, of course, a massive banger for sure, so yeah. And think it is quite fitting enough because it's time that we return once again to a Disney, but mainly on a brand new animated feature that they just released not too long ago for sure. So yeah, you definitely know me. I always look forward to a brand new animated Disney film every single year for sure. And well, I guess for of course this one for sure, we're not only treated with of course a brand new animated feature, but surprisingly enough, pretty much a sequel to one of their movies that we've been bugging ourselves to see for years now. And it took us long enough to finally get to this point. But I think we're finally here now for sure, so yeah. So with that being said, I think it's time to, of course, pretty much return to a city that we know filled with, of course, all sorts of anthropomorphic animals for sure, to which I think you can kind of get the idea based on the hint for sure. But surprisingly enough, in case you're actually quite curious, I think it is time to return to that said city with, of course, the latest animated feature film from Disney that just dropped very recently, which is none other than Zootopia 2. So yeah, that is of course what we're going to be talking about here today. Not only is this the latest film that just came out not too long ago, but it's also the long-awaited sequel to their smash hit animated film from 9 years ago, which of course is, oddly enough, Zootopia. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Okay, so yeah. I guess before going into this movie, I guess pretty much, I know a lot of you guys are actually quite curious on what I think of the first Zootopia movie for sure, so yeah. And of course, for me personally, I'm one of many people who actually say that Zootopia is an absolute masterpiece of a movie for sure, So yeah, pretty much going back to the 2010 decade for sure, I really do think Zootopia is one of many animated Disney films from that said decade that really is absolutely incredible for sure, and it is actually for a good reason to actually say it. I guess pretty much of anything, looking back on 2020, pretty much back, going back a bit to 2016 alone in terms of some really great movies that Disney is actually putting out for sure, in terms of their animated feature films that they've actually made for sure. Don't get me wrong, I do know Moana is still a really good movie for sure, and I still enjoyed that hands down. But I guess to me, I actually do think Zootopia is actually a much more superior movie in my part, hands down, and it is actually for a good reason, hands down. Like, of course, not only giving us a really engaging story, interesting characters, and amazing animation, just to name a few for sure, but it also provided some really great social commentary at the same time of course, pretty much stuff revolving around being prejudiced, racist, being absolutely political about anything in particular, just to name a few, to which, if you have seen the movie for yourself, you'll see what I mean for sure, So yeah, all those aspects are great, but it's basically the film's social commentary is, of course, what me and everyone else can say is, of course, one of the main factors on why Zootopia is definitely a great movie for sure, so yeah, and given to the current state of where we're at right now in terms of course, being prejudiced, political about something, and that's just to name me a few for sure, I definitely do think the first Zootopia movie really did the job very well for sure, so yeah, I guess it's safe to say that a lot like everyone else, I really enjoyed the first Zootopia movie for what it is, and it's certainly one of the best from Disney in recent years for sure, and for the fact that it's still being celebrated nearly 10 years later. Yeah, it still definitely deserves to be such a great movie, hands down, so yeah, I guess given to that thought alone, I, alongside everyone else, have been actually quite curious and yet really excited to see on what a sequel to this movie is going to turn out for sure. Because, yeah, with, of course, what it's actually got going on, of course, it is actually one of those Disney movies that definitely deserves a sequel, hands down, for sure. So yeah. And of course, when I heard the news of it being announced, and of course when I saw the trailers for that said movie alone, I got myself really excited to actually see it for sure. Because yeah, there's a lot of really great possibilities to really make it a really fun and yet really exciting sequel to what is already a great film for sure. So yeah, but that's at least my hope going into, of course, this one for sure. So, of course, I managed to get myself in just in the nick of time for sure to officially go and see this movie for myself, all thanks to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas as always. And well, now that I've officially got back from, of course, seeing it, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I guess surprisingly enough, that 9-year-long wait was absolutely worth it on my part, because this movie to me is just absolutely outstanding for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, given to what I've actually just said, I really enjoyed this movie for sure. So yeah, I really do think it really laid the groundwork on what it's actually providing to really making a great time, and definitely serving as a really great sequel to a really great film, hands down, to which I can definitely make the argument, hands down, that I actually really enjoyed this movie as much as I enjoyed the first film, hands down. So yeah, I guess that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. But yeah, short, sweet, and to the point, I really enjoyed this movie all the way for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Okay, I guess I'm done with that. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. For starters is, of course, the story, and yeah, I really do think with what they crafted for, of course, the story for, of course, this movie, I really do think it is structured out very well from what I can gather, hands down, and really laid the groundwork on what the first film actually did, but actually expand on it and help continue on with, of course, what it's actually providing for sure. So yeah, it really does lay the groundwork perfectly in actually really capturing the magic or, of course, the love and the spirit of what the first film actually did, and ramping up a bit to really make it all the more engaging for sure. And that's something I really do admire, hands down, for sure. And yeah, really actually tackling upon the same ideas that the first film actually did, but really wanted to try to bring something new and inventive at the same time to really help continue on what the first film actually built up for sure. And I really do think they really have a lot going for hands down for sure. So yeah, and even the stuff they've expanded upon, hands down, really does help drive the narrative on what this movie is actually providing, hands down, and I really do admire that all the way. So yeah, pretty much if anything, given to what I've actually seen by far, I really do dig on what they did with the story for, of course, this movie for sure. I really do think they really did a bang-up job with what it's actually throwing into the table, hands down. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. And not to mention the writing, I have to say, as another aspect. Yeah, that alone I really do think is actually crafted out quite well to me. That really does provide some really great material to actually work with, hands down. They really wanted to try to make this actually really work quite well and have everything flow down perfectly. And I really do think this movie really did a bang-up job in doing exactly that for sure. And I really do like it when they actually really try to keep things flowing for sure to really get where they need to be for sure. And that's something I really do admire all the way. And this movie really did an incredible job with its writing for sure. So yeah, and not to mention the comedy, I have to say, that alone is also done very well for sure, as a really good amount of gags and jokes they actually did, providing for, of course, this movie. Actually really got me a nice good laugh for sure. I really do think it actually really is quite subtle that they actually tried to incorporate those in for sure. And yeah, and that's something I really do think this movie really accomplished quite well to me. That really does help flow everything out from what I can gather. So yeah, I guess given to what I've actually mentioned, I really do admire on what they did with the story, the writing, and the comedy for sure to really try to really keep things flowing hands down. Yeah, pretty much of anything, all of them did a bang-up job, and of course, not only providing some really great new material that really worked quite well, but to really help expand on what the first film actually started up on for sure, and ranking up a bit to actually make it all the more exciting for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got those out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things that I need to talk about for sure, to which next up is, of course, the characters. And yeah, I guess pretty much from what I've actually seen, I really do admire on what they provided for the characters for sure. The ones we've actually seen in, of course, the first film, hands down, have really grown a whole lot since the last time we've actually saw them for sure. And even mixing in with some of the new characters being thrown into the mix for sure, that's something I really do think this film really accomplished quite well, hands down for sure. I really do love that nice blend for sure, and of course all of them have, of course, been given some really great development to make them not only great characters for sure, but to also find a way to really make them likable and interesting for sure. And that's something I really do think this movie did a bang-up job for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I really do love what they did with the characters for sure. So yeah, with each and every single one of them I've followed for sure, especially with, of course, both Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde for sure. Yeah, they really have everything to throw into the table to really make them interesting for sure. And I really do think this movie did a bang-up job in doing exactly that for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. Now, as for the actors that came aboard to play all these characters, yeah, they're so down in my mind that pretty much from what I can gather, hands down, not only did they actually got a really great number of actors to come on board to play all these characters for sure, to which is actually nicely done for sure. Not just the ones that have already done the first film, that have already come back for sure to reprise their roles, but also some brand new actors to play some of the new characters that I really do think are actually a really great fit for sure. And not to mention the voice acting, I have to say, from each and every single one of them is just absolutely amazing in my opinion. And I really do think they really have everything to provide into the table to really make their characters work quite well for sure. And of course, in that aspect alone, for sure, pretty much having all the actors come in and actually pretty much pull off their performances behind a microphone for sure. That alone is, of course, what actually makes it all the more interesting for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I really do love what they did with all the actors for sure. I really do think each and every single one of them I've actually seen on screen has actually been giving off some really great performances, in my opinion, that I really do think is actually very nicely done for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I really love what they did with the characters, and all the actors pulled off such really great performances, in my opinion, that I really do think is actually very nicely done. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about for sure? Well, quite a whole lot, hands down, so yeah, pretty much obviously enough seeing how it is, of course, a Disney animated film, or an animated Disney film, to say the least. I think it is actually quite fair that we should talk about the animation for sure, and yeah, there's no doubt in my mind, hands down, that for, of course, this movie, I really do think the animation is absolutely outstanding for sure. Literally from what I've actually seen by far, it really is quite amazing to actually witness the film's animation for sure. Not only with the way the characters are actually designed and look, hands down, to even all the other stuff to fit in with the characters' surroundings for sure. I really do think the animation in this film is just absolutely incredible from what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I really do dig on what they actually did with the animation for, of course, this one, and they really did a bang-up job from what I've actually seen for sure. And not to mention the production design to go along with it, hands down, that alone is actually really nicely done for sure. Yeah, pretty much ranging from nice bits and pieces of set pieces that they actually incorporated in to help fit in with the characters' surroundings for sure, to the incredible backdrops they've actually created to really help bring the world of Zootopia to life for sure, which I do find absolutely incredible for sure, and not to mention the really great layout work to some really great lighting for sure, really helps blend everything together for sure, and that's alongside the visuals and the effects at the same time to still actually making absolutely yeah, to really making it look absolutely incredible for sure, and that's something I really do think this movie did a real bang-up job from what I can gather for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, those pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, that really helped drive the animation to really get it where it needs to be, hands down, and that's something I really do love and admire in, of course, this movie for sure. So yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, all those hands down. And of course, the direction in this film from the film's directors, yeah, I will have to say, I really do think they really are on their A game with, of course, this movie for sure. I can tell there is really a lot of hard-working effort to really try to make this movie look great for sure. And the film's directors really actually did a bang-up job in doing exactly that for sure. And yeah, I can tell that they really have a lot going for to really make this movie look great for sure. And yeah, they actually did accomplish that very well from what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah, and of course the cinematography in this film, that too alone is also done very well, hands down, with some really great camera shots that they actually have provided for sure to really help blend everything well with the film's animation, hands down for sure, that I really do think is actually very nicely done, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and of course, the editing, I have to say, that alone is also done marvelously from what I've actually seen for sure. Each and every single part of course, this movie is cut up perfectly. That not only helps flow everything out quite well for sure, but to also match well with the film's pacing as well. That I really do think is actually really nicely done. I'm not gonna lie. That really does make it actually really trying to make it really work quite well. And yeah, they really did a bang-up job from what I've actually seen. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I guess given to all those that I've actually mentioned, I think it would actually show on how much I really enjoyed this movie all the way. So yeah, nothing too basic, of course, on my part. It's just what I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, overall, Zootopia 2 is not only a really incredible movie on its own that really does pretty much defy, of course, what it's actually giving to us for sure, but it really is an outstanding sequel to the first Zootopia movie that really is pretty much really is funny and exciting from, of course, my point of view, hands down, and I really do think it really did accomplish what it needs to do for sure. So yeah, pretty much everything from what I've actually seen, I really do think they really stepped up their A game since the last time we've actually seen all these characters in this incredible world the movie actually takes place in for sure. And yeah, I really do think they really have a lot going for hands down for sure. And at the end of the day, it not only resulting, of course, a really pretty much a really great movie, but a really great sequel that we've all been hoping for, hands down. So yeah, I knew to this day that since after the first film, hands down, I guess pretty much of anything, I'm excited to see on what they have to endure with, of course, this movie, hands down. And I definitely have to say the wait was actually well worth it from, of course, my part, hands down. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I really do think they really did an incredible job with, of course, this movie, and it actually did result in me having a great time with, of course, this one, and yeah, I think it is safe to say that I definitely enjoyed this movie as much as I enjoyed the first Zootopia movie for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I really do think it is definitely one of those movies that really is well worth checking out for sure. And yeah, I think it is safe to say that I do highly recommend this movie all the way for sure. So yeah, truly I think this might actually be one of the best I've actually seen by far in terms of the amount of movies I've actually seen for this year. And I really do think it is actually very nicely done, I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, I'm glad I actually saw it for sure, and I'll be quite curious to see what they have to throw into the table if they actually make a Zootopia 3, hands down. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I really am quite excited to see for when that comes around for sure, and you bet I'll be looking forward to seeing it hands down. So yeah, but I guess until that happens, I think if you're looking for something that'll give you such a great time by far, then I say Zootopia 2 is definitely the movie that's well worth checking out for sure. I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the first film, and I think you're gonna be in for such a great time, of course, my part, hands down. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, for my final score, yeah, I think he is actually deserving of course, this one. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I'm gonna give Zootopia 2 an outstanding 9 out of 10 as my final score. So So yeah, I really enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the first Zootopia movie, and yeah, I'm excited to see where they're gonna go next, hands down, for sure. And yeah, I think pretty much of anything, I really do think with what I've actually seen, I think they might have already laid the groundwork for a possible Zootopia 3, hands down. So yeah, who knows when that'll come around for sure, but until that day comes, I can't wait to see on what they'll have provided for sure. So yeah, I guess right up until Zootopia 3 does eventually come out, I say definitely check this movie out, hands down. So yeah, you're gonna be in for such a great time, and it's well worth pretty much hopping into your cop car and actually driving through the streets of Zootopia to, of course, solve a mystery to get yourself in to see this movie for yourself, hands down. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest Thoughts video, and by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of Zootopia 2 if you've actually seen it for yourself? Do you absolutely really enjoyed it like I did, and you think it's on the same level as the first movie, hands down, or do you absolutely hate it and think it doesn't need to exist all the way, and Zootopia doesn't deserve a sequel in the slightest? Or are you somewhere in between where you think it's just fine for what it is? So yeah, let me know what you thought of this movie down in the comments down below. I would love to know on what you guys think, hands down. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest Thoughts video, and whew, well, I guess I'll do it for, of course, pretty much the movies I'll see for November for this year. So yeah. Congratulations, Disney! You ended this month with, of course, a massive banger for sure. Sure, you did have some duds at the start of this year, but yeah, congratulations! You ended this year with a massive bang, hands down. So talk about a massive comeback. So yeah. But I guess either way, now that we're done with, of course, the movies for November as of now. Well, I guess surprisingly enough, I know I'm excited for what December will have thrown to the table because, well, it'll be right around Christmas time for sure, but yeah, either way, we're almost done. We're almost done with the movies for this year. We just got 4 more left to go for sure, so yeah, it is actually going to be interesting to pretty much see what ones I'll actually shoot to see for December this year for sure. But hey, whatever they got, hands out. Hopefully, I think it'll conclude this year with, of course, what we have thrown into the table for sure. So yeah. So I guess pretty much of anything, I'll definitely see all of you guys for December for sure because, well, for next time, looks like I think we're going to be in for another sequel, hands down, and, well, I think we're pretty much going to transition away from returning to Zootopia to making our way back to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And if that hint wouldn't give you an idea on what I'm going to talk about next, well, you're going to have to tune into my next Thoughts video to see for yourself, So yeah, but until that happens, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, Ackleyattack4427's@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.